If I sound a little less enthusiastic in this review, it's because I recorded this review a week ago, and then I had to re-record it now because I accidentally deleted the video. My bad, but yeah, also I just got off work and I'm tired. Anyways, Despicable Me. Yeah, I'm talking about these movies because we have Minions for You Go Fuck Yourself, whatever it's called. So, pretty sure that's what it's called. And yeah, I don't really like any of these movies. And funny story about my experience with the Minions movies. Of course, I grew up with all of them, and I enjoyed the first two quite a bit. And then when Minions came out, I did not like it. I thought it was awful and very boring. And then Despicable Me 3, I hated so much that I refused to ever watch the Illumination movie again, which I've now since broken that vow, mostly due to the fact that I review movies on this channel. And also, I think Illumination is starting to turn things around with movies like Migration, and I wasn't a fan of the Mario movie, but I think that was a bit of a turnaround, especially animation-wise and other things like that. So, you know, but whatever. But this movie, I honestly revisiting it. This is a really good movie for what it is. It's. I remember reviews at the time talking about how this movie, because of its lower budget, was pretty impressive. I disagree with that because that's just Illumination style, make movies as lazy as cheap as possible. This movie didn't really feel lazy though. This movie actually felt like it had a heart with the girls and stuff, and growing to be a father. And thankfully the Minions weren't in it so much that they brought it down. Like there's a couple bits that could have been trimmed down a little bit, but for the most part, they're not super intrusive. Like that bit where they go to the grocery store, trim that shit down. Doesn't need to be there. But for the most part, this movie is pretty good at that. And Gru and everybody here is a very likable character and has a good heart to the movie. And I also think that what's great about this movie compared to the others is that it actually will let Gru be a damn villain. And like there's jokes about killing people and things like that. And really dark humor that the rest of the franchise does not employ very much compared to this first movie, like at all. Like, and I think and obviously part of that is because he becomes a good guy at the end of this movie, but at the same time, it really is just because they got lazier and they don't want you to think that the guy you're watching is a bad person or whatever, and people are a little bit more sensitive and shit. I don't know why exactly it happened, I guess, but you can just tell that the humor here is a lot stronger than it is in the other movies for that reason. I think overall, this is a pretty solid movie that holds up a lot better than I thought. I just think that overall, this franchise, will never really be as good as this ever again. Because this is the start of humble beginnings. And, that's usually when you're trying your hardest, is when you're trying to make a name for yourself, make something interesting. They did a great job here, and then it all went downhill from there.